Okay, here is the bedroom without the bunk beds. Pretty basic, pretty small. And we're gonna go and clean up the walls, change out the outlets and the cover plates. We're gonna cover up the floor and we're gonna start painting. And then hopefully have some really nice guest bedroom when we're done. Okay, we finished the paint. Looks pretty good. We picked out colors based on the bedding that we got at IKEA. I haven't hung the doors back up in the closet yet, but what's really weird is that we picked these colors based on the bedding at IKEA, and we've started to notice that these colors are the same colors that we have downstairs and the same colors we have throughout the rest of the house. We didn't really mean to do that. It's not exact, but it's close. But anyway, a couple touch-ups to make here and there, but now it's time to assemble furniture. The goal was to try and complete this whole room in a day, but I'm not sure we're gonna make it. We'll see. It's 10 o'clock. Maybe we will. And now that the walls are painted, it is time to assemble all of our IKEA furniture. So break out your Allen wrench and let's see how this all goes together and how long it takes. Time me. It's time to Idanas. Idanas? I don't know. I can't pronounce any of this. It's a mattress in a bag. And it's gonna pop. And I ain't never going back in this bag. IKEA mattresses are pretty good. We've had one for a while. It's gonna expand. Okay, so it's the next day. We stayed up till 2 a.m. assembling the bed, and we just got tired and went to bed. But we thought we had the thing finished. We bought this bed from IKEA, we put it together, and I can show you what happened, but I sat on it this morning and the whole bed collapsed. So this is not going to be an IKEA bashing, but I'm going to show you some shortcomings of the IKEA furniture. So this is the beam that runs down the center of the bed, made out of metal, nice and sturdy, and it attaches to the headboard and the footboard with this bracket. Okay, so it gets screwed in, and then there's a little metal cleat, and the end of this thing goes into that cleat. Problem is, this attaches to the particle board. As soon as you put weight on the bed, it just pulls these two chunks of particle board out. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that with IKEA, but we're definitely going to engineer our own solution to fix this. So more on that to come. After several trips to the hardware store, I think I have a solution that's going to work for this bed. And I'll show you what I did. So we went out and got a piece of poplar from Home Depot, and I have attached the bracket that came from IKEA that receives the center beam. So I got that screwed into the poplar, and then I carried the poplar all the way across to the only piece of solid wood that they include, which is this end post. So I've got a couple of angle brackets above and below. And then underneath, I've got little corner brackets in 3 different spots across the bottom and some smaller ones on top, because when I would push down on this wants to rotate out. So now I can put all my weight on this beam, and I think we're good. So a lot of pain, suffering, and time later, I think we're gonna salvage this bed. All right, so we finished that side, and then we realized that the headboard has the exact same detail where they've got a bracket that's held in by 2 screws and a particle board. So we decided to try and fix this up while we have the chance. I'll show that to you. All right, so here's the bracket. It came with 2 pre-drilled holes we added a third one and pre-drilled that and added a screw. So now instead of 2 screws holding half the weight of the bed, I've got 3 screws. And then there are these little brackets that they put, these little L's that are for cross bracing, but they've replaced that with this detail instead. So it's a little bit wonky, but I've got a couple of L brackets that we've put in here with a couple of screws just to try and bear some of the weight of this. And then I've got one on the other side. So now instead of 2 screws, I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws to try and hold this end of the bed. And we hope that is enough. All right, it's been a really long weekend, but it's turned out really nice. And so we're gonna do kind of like an HGTV reveal. This is our new guest bedroom. All right, so it turned out pretty good. This bed, living in a tiny house, it's you have to make the most of your space. So this is our smallest bedroom. We had bunk beds in here for our 2 middle kid and a youngest kid. And so in order to get rid of the dresser so that we would have a little bit more room to circulate, we went ahead and bought a bed that has built-in drawers. So I got 4 drawers for under the bed storage, which is great. But one of the downsides of that is that if you want to use this drawer, there is no getting a nightstand. So the only way to do a nightstand was to buy these little dressers that hang on the wall so that the drawer can open up underneath them, which are great and they look fine. Everything's nice, but IKEA does not tell you to buy the bracket that you need to hang that thing on the wall. So on this side, I've fabricated some stuff that we got at the hardware store, and then it was such a pain in the butt. We eventually went and bought the proper bracket for the one on that side, which made it a lot easier. So we're gonna put some stuff in this shelf, nothing too heavy, but each side of the bed's got one of these nice little lights that we got at IKEA so you can do some reading. We got a wireless charger with USB ports, and we got one of those on each side of the bed. And this desk we actually had in the kids' room, and we kept it because it might be a nice place to sit your suitcase or maybe sit down and do something. And then above the bed, this is Anne's idea. Went and got a picture frame when we were at IKEA. And this is a photo that I took of the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi in the UAE. And trying to get a shot that doesn't have a reflection in it. But this photo turned out really nice. So just blew that thing up, hung it on the wall, and it went with the colors in the room. So overall, I think it turned out pretty nice. Maybe next weekend, we'll do something about the room next door that has all the crap that was in this room. Now it's over there.